Welcome to this deep dive. Have you ever noticed how the most intense political fights aren't actually over controversial topics?
Right. They're usually over things that are supposed to be completely neutral.
Exactly. It turns out the fight to control the middle ground is, well, it's basically the most cutthroat battle happening in America right now.
It really is a fascinating shift in how we handle our cultural structure.
Yeah.
I mean, we're looking at a stack of sources today detailing these severe fractures inside spaces that were specifically designed to unite us.
Yeah, from Sunday night broadcast journalism to anniversary concerts and even like the marble monuments in D.C. So our mission today is to unpack these collisions. How exactly are legacy institutions being forced to choose sides?
Let's start with the total civil war at CBS News.
Oh, this one is wild. The sources described the air in the room as thick, almost suffocating, like it felt like a crime scene.
Wow.
Right. Veteran correspondent Scott Pelley looked the new leadership in the eye and literally dropped a verbal grenade. He accused the new editor-in-chief, Bari Weiss, of, quote, murdering 60 Minutes.
I mean, murdering. That is such a heavy word for a newsroom.
Total chills. And it's been building up. It really peaked during what staffers are calling Black Thursday, when Vice fired top producers and correspondents, including Sharyn Alfonsi and Cecilia Vega.
And departing journalists claim this started earlier. Like, sources are saying Vice had previously delayed Alfonsi's piece on deportation policies because it supposedly lacked administration perspective.
Yeah, so Pelley didn't hold back. In a staff meeting with the new executive producer, Bilton, Pelley demanded to know why these people were fired and straight up told him, "We don't trust you."
Which, makes sense when you consider Bilton as a former tech columnist.
It's like asking a blogger to fly a commercial jet.
Exactly. He has almost no broadcast experience.
But I want to ask you, is this just standard corporate restructuring for the digital age? Or is it the ideological censorship that these departing journalists claim it is?
Well, synthesizing the sources objectively, management claims they are just modernizing the show for a 247 internet content cycle.
Which, I mean, makes mechanical sense.
Right. But critics argue this is a politically motivated effort to appease the incoming administration ahead of a pending Paramount corporate merger. It's about regulatory leverage.
Ah, so financial leverage pushes neutrality out of the newsroom. And The Guardian reported the staff actually gave Pelley a standing ovation for speaking up.
It really shows the tension. But, this battle is spilling everywhere. It's hitting the concert stage, too.
Yes, the Great American State Fair. This was supposed to be a massive, nonpartisan 250th anniversary celebration of the U.S.
But then artists started taking a look under the hood.
Right. Country legend Martina realized she'd been misled and basically said, "I'm out."
And she wasn't alone. The Commodores, Young MC, and Bret Michaels all bailed. The Commodores even put out a statement saying they won't affiliate with any single political party.
Which kind of reminds me of a disastrous group project where one person hangs massive political banners and everyone else just retreats. And you know who had thoughts on that retreat?
Donald Trump.
Yeah. He went on Truth Social and had what sources call a literal 103-word sentence meltdown.
Wow.
He called the artists third rate and said he'd just turn the whole event into his own massive Mad GA rally.
Yeah. And his team is framing it as a wild and beautiful celebration. But critics like David Frum say he just couldn't help acting like an, quote, insane egomaniac. Obviously, we're not taking sides here, just reporting the source material, but it highlights the complete breakdown of the event.
But wait, if artists refuse to participate in anything that hints at political friction, doesn't that make the problem worse? Have we reached a point where nonpartisan entertainment is impossible?
You've hit on the core dilemma. When you choose to disengage entirely when things get messy, we lose those shared spaces where people can simply coexist.
Which actually brings us to the ultimate shared spaces, our physical monuments.
The D.C. branding fight.
Yes. Last week, a federal judge dropped a hammer on the former president regarding the John F. Kennedy Center.
Right, because the board had recently rebranded it as the Trump Kennedy Center.
Exactly. But the judge ordered that Trump's name be completely scrubbed from the building, ruling that only Congress has naming authority.
And Trump's reaction was intense.
Very. He threatened to abandon the institution entirely to a, quote, hopeless journey into Never Never Land.
Never, never land.
Yeah, but I have to ask, why do physical naming rights trigger such fierce emotional battles? It's just letters on a building.
Well, because architecture serves as the physical anchor for collective memory. When a political figure attaches their name to a national cultural center, They are embedding themselves into the historical reality of the nation.
That makes total sense. It shapes the subconscious assumptions of future citizens.
Exactly. A concert is temporary, but a building stands for generations.
So pulling this all together, we are watching the mechanisms of our shared reality being dismantled. Corporate leverage is reshaping the news, ideological friction is fracturing our national celebrations, and the battle for historical dominance is quite literally being chiseled onto our buildings.
The institutions that were engineered to serve as neutral territory have become the primary battlegrounds.
Which leaves you with this to ponder. If our news, our entertainment, and even our architecture split into entirely separate partisan ecosystems, where will future generations go to find a shared American reality?